Hey guys, hope everybody's doing great today. This is Bill with Handgun Safety Academy. Some of you might know me as from Bill Mabry Coaching. Guys, I've taken a passion of mine or a hobby of mine and I've actually turned it into a business. And the reason for doing that is because I'm seeing and hearing a lot of people are buying handguns either for home defense or they're looking to get their CCW permit or your concealed carry permit. The problem is I'm also seeing a lot of people think just by getting a handgun for home defense or just for recreational practicing, that's where it stops and you no longer need to worry about safety, and that's not true. I'm learning more and more as I talk to more and more people who have purchased a firearm in the last couple of years, and I'm talking a lot of people. It also seems like 47% of the purchases in the last few years have actually been from women. And when I ask the questions, well, how many safety classes have you gone through, or how often do you go to the range just to practice? And I would have to say what 95% or so or have never gone through an actual training safety class with a real person, and or have just went on the internet and learned whatever they could learn, and they take that to the range, and that's a problem. And that's why I want to work with the brand new shooters, the newer shooters, the beginners, and the intermediates that maybe not have pulled their firearm off the shelf in a few years, because for me, safety is huge. And here at Handgun Safety Academy, we teach more about safety than most other courses out there. So one of the biggest mistakes I see is people do not fully understand the importance of understanding what the 4 international handgun shooting safety rules are. And before each one of my classes, I review those 4 safety rules all the time. It doesn't matter if you've taken 3 or 4 of my courses, each person is going to hear it more than once, twice, 3 or 4 times, and during the course periodically. Well, the very first one I see is broken all the time, and that is treat every gun as if it's loaded, especially if you have a handgun for home defense at the house, and if you have kids. And learn how to safety clear your firearm while you're using it either at an indoor range or an outdoor range. Again, I see this broken all the time. The second one is never let the muzzle cross anything you are not willing to destroy. Muzzle control is probably one of the biggest ones I see broken at the indoor ranges, outdoor ranges, amongst the novice, intermediate, and I'm even seeing the police officers that are practicing do the same thing. And the reason for that is because they've been doing it for so long, they just don't pay attention as often as they should. The third one is keep your finger off the trigger and outside the trigger guard until you want the gun to fire. In other words, when you extend it out, you got your target in sight, you're ready to fire, that's when you put your finger on the trigger. And the fourth one is know your target and what's beyond it. Mostly this one here is really important for those of you that are thinking about or maybe have a concealed carry permit. You want to make sure if you have to pull that firearm out of your holster at a defensive situation, you better know what's around that bad guy that you're about ready to take down, or that whatever you're about ready to shoot. Know what's behind it before you make that shot, because if you miss that shot, you're responsible for any bystander behind it if they end up getting hurt or killed themselves. And so what we offer is a basic handgun safety fundamental class for you brand new shooters, newer shooters, beginners, and those of you that are actually intermediate and maybe haven't pulled your firearm off the shelf in a while. And so you're going to go through about an hour and a half to 2 hour presentation like I have here on my computer, and it's called Basic Handgun. And you're going to go through all this, all four of the universal rules one by one with explanation to them. And you're also going to go through all the different how to clear your firearm correctly. So when you're shooting on the range, I see a lot of people who don't clear their firearm correctly once they finish that drill, and they just put their handgun right back in their holster, not even checking it. We teach 2 people, up to 3 people, that as soon as that person is done with that drill, he is to release the magazine out of the firearm, rack and lock the slide back, stick their little finger down the chamber, make sure there's no ammo in it, stick their finger where the mag is, make sure there's no mag there, and then either have the instructor inspect it also and say clear, or have your partner who's there at the range with you safety clear it and say clear, and then you can either put it on the table or you can put it back in your holster. But you're going to learn all these in this basic handgun safety class, along with all kinds of other information on grip, stance, grip, trigger pulls, sight alignment, sight picture, how the gun actually operates, how the ammo operates and when it's chambered. You're going to learn all kinds of stuff. But the biggest thing you're going to learn when you're done with this course and you've received your completion, your certificate of completion, is how to be a responsible gun owner and how to handle a loaded firearm safely, and how do you store it at the house, especially if you have kids. So we offer this as a presentation and a dry fire class. So what the dry fire class is, it's right after the presentation, is you're actually going to go through all the drills that you've learned on the presentation, especially the safety techniques, the clearing, the loading, and the reloading of magazine, muzzle control, which is huge when you're trying to reload a mag. But you're going to learn all this stuff before you go to the range and use live ammunition. So you're going to be prepared to go through these courses without using live ammo. Then the next course is what we call a basic handgun fundamental live fire. That is where you're going to take everything you've learned in this dry fire class to a live range using live ammunition. And so there's other steps that we follow as well. And you can go to my handgunsafetyacademy.com. You can check out this course, which is your basic handgun safety fundamental presentation and dry fire. Also, you'll see your basic handgun safety fundamental live fire level 1. And once you've got your certification of completion at a live range at level 1, then your next course will be level 2, and you're going to be doing certain drills that are more advanced, and you're going to be using your holster on most of these drills, and you'll be timed as well. So you're going to learn about stress when using a firearm, and it's those of you that are getting ready to or thinking about getting concealed carry permit, that course is good for you also. Again, go to handgunsafetyacademy.com